students, good evening. Today I am going to cover English literature in translation and the fourth unit of English literature in translation. Fourth unit, first part is stories of Panchtantra. Two stories are prescribed in your syllabus. So I'm covering second story, The Four Friends and the Hunter. So as title suggests that this is the story of four friends and the hunter, and you know that these are the fables, right? So this is the story where we characters are animals, birds, right? So let us start the story. Long ago, in a peaceful before proceeding, let me suggest you to keep notebook with you, because you have to attempt the exam. So after this I'm going to make videos on question answer from fourth unit, because this is the last story I am speaking on it, and then rest of the stories have already been discussed and I have made videos on it. So now question answer, expected questions, question answer we are going to discuss in next video. But yes, for because you have to attempt the question in exam, and that is why it's my suggestion, whenever you read anything, poetry or a story, right, keep notebook with you and always try to note down keywords. But as far as story is concerned, here you should remember setting and note down the setting, number two characters, their relations and action, right? These are very very important part of, and if you adopt this technique, I think it is very useful and you will be able to learn the story. Even you can make some visual, like you can make drawing also, right? So that is very very useful technique. So this time try to do so. So keep a notebook with you and note down that it's not very big story, actually hardly 10 minutes I think. So let us start. Long ago, in a peaceful forest, there stood a huge banyan tree. The tree was home to many birds and animals, and near the tree was a beautiful lake where many creatures came every day to drink water. It's come every day to drink water. Okay, so long ago, in a peaceful forest, it's a very dense forest, there stood a huge banyan tree, right? So you can just imagine the huge banyan tree, right? Such banyan tree, and the tree is the home, of course, to many birds and animals, and uh, near the tree was a beautiful lake. So here you can make beautiful lake, right? This way you will be able to remember, right? Lake, and where many creatures came every day to drink water. Now, so here you can imagine the dense forest, and there is a huge banyan tree, and near banyan tree there is a beautiful lake, right? Now, on this banyan tree lived a wise crow named Laghupatnak, right? So it's a name you have to remember. Now you have to remember, because you have to attempt the question. This is not just simple story. So you just have to remember a name of four friends. So first person is crow. His name is Laghupatnak. So Laghupatnak, he was what's this? Laghupatnak was intelligent, careful, and always alert to danger. So every friend has qualities. Laghupatnak is an intelligent, careful, and always alert to danger. Now, not far from the tree lived a clever mouse named Hiran, right? So that is Hiranyaka. Mouse name is Hiranyaka. And crow, imagine crow name is Laghupatnak. Then mouse name is Hiranyaka. What qualities he has? He had made a comfortable home inside the deep burrow. Hiranyaka was famous for his sharp teeth, right, and quick thinking. So he is another character we have discussed now. Now near the lake lived a gentle deer named Chitranga, right? So that is Chitranga. That is who is Chitranga? Chitranga is the uh, deer. So another character is deer, gentle deer, and its name is Chitranga. He was swift and kind-hearted and friendly. The third friend. Now moving to next character. In the lake lived a slow but wise tortoise named Mandharka. Right? So its name is Mandharka, tortoise. Now Mandharka is slow but wise tortoise. So we have seen four characters: crow, Lagupatnak, mouse, Hiranyaka. Then we have deer, Hiranyaka, right? And then sorry, and then mouse, Hiranyaka, and deer, Chitrangna, and then tortoise name Mandharka, right? So you have to remember all the names. Now, although these four animals were very different from one another, because crow, right, deer, mouse, and tortoise, so all come from different background. Although these four animals were very different from one another, they were the best of friends. But they are friends. Every day they met under the banyan tree, and because they are friends, so they meet under the tree. Now they shared stories, discussed their experiences, helped one another, enjoyed each other's story companies. So, what friends do, they do the same. One morning, while Lagupatnak was flying high in the sky, he noticed something alarming, because we know that he is, in the beginning, his quality is that he is intelligent, careful, and always alert to danger. So that is why one day what happened? One morning, Lagupatnak was flying high in the sky. He noticed that something alarming. A hunter was walking toward the forest carrying a large net. Right, hunter was coming with large net, ropes, and a bow. So then, bow, net, ropes, and hunter is coming. The crow immediately flew back and warned his friends. And he says, "My dear friends," he said anxiously, "a hunter is coming this way. We must all be careful today." The mouse quickly hid inside the burrow. The tortoise slipped into the lake. The crow sat quietly on a high branch. So they all are arranged, and then they all are dispersed, and then only the deer moved away into the deeper part of the forest, and he is also. But soon the hunter reached the lake. He spread his strong net on the ground and scattered grains over it to attract birds. So, as shikari aaya or jal phailaya, so as hunter came, he scattered grains over the net. First he spread the net and scattered the grain over it. Now Then he hid behind a bush and waited patiently. And hunter was waiting uh, for birds and all. Now, after some time, a flock of pigeon flew over the area. Uh, what happened then? Number of pigeon they flew over the area. Their king was wise pigeon named Chitragriva. So Chitragriva, this is next character, pigeon's king, Chitragriva. He was wise and he says the hungry pigeons saw the grains and wanted to eat them. King Chitragriva warned them, my friends, he said, food lying alone in a lonely place is often a trap. Understood? Food lying alone in a lonely place is often a trap. We must not be greedy. So don't try to eat it. Don't go there. But pigeons were too hungry. Ignoring their king's advice, they landed on the ground. The moment they began eating, the net fell over them. All the pigeons were trapped. They became frightened and started crying. Now they ignored king's suggestion and now they all were crying. The hunter smiled and came running toward them. So hunter pulled the net and then King Chitragiva remained calm. But still king was calm. He was not angry. He was not panic. He said, do not panic. If each of us struggles alone, we shall fail. Let us all fly together with the net. Don't worry. We all have to fly with the net. So all the pigeons flapped their wings at the same time. This is important. All the pigeons flapped their wings at the same time. So they are not selfish. They did group work, right? Teamwork. And together they lifted the heavy net into the air. And that is why net was lifted into the air and hunter ran after them, but he could not catch them. The pigeon flew to the burrow of Hiranyaka, the mouse, right? So they reached to the mouse, Hiranyaka. Seeing his friend, Hiranyaka immediately came out. Without wasting time, he used his sharp teeth to cut the ropes of the net. Soon every pigeon was free. The pigeons thanked the mouse and happily flew away. Now Lagupatnak had watched everything, crow, Lagupatnak is crow, with great admiration. He became friend with Hiranyaka. After some days, they also became close friend with Chitranga, the deer, Chitranga the deer, and Mandharka tortoise. They all became friends. From then on, the four friends lived happily together. But one afternoon, Chitranga did not arrive for their usual meeting. They used to meet, but today Chitranga did not come. So the friends became worried. What happened? The crow flew into the forest to search him. Soon he found Chitranga trapped inside the hunter's net. So poor Chitranga trapped inside the net. The deer looked frightened and he was so frightened. The crow immediately returned and brought Hiranyaka, mouse. The mouse quickly gnawed through the ropes, and mouse cut the rope, and within minutes the deer was free. Just then the slow tortoise arrived. At that very moment the hunter returned. As that tortoise arrived, hunter returned and deer ran away. The crow flew into the sky. The mouse disappeared into his burrow. But poor Mandarka, being slow, could not escape. Tortoise could not escape because he could not run like others. Hunter caught him and tied him with a rope. He hung the tortoise from his bow and started walking away happily. The three friends quickly made another plan. The deer lay down beside the path pretending to be dead. So deer was pretending as dead, and the crow sat on the deer's body and pecked at him as if eating a dead animal, right? So crow was just doing acting, and he was acting as he is eating a dead body, so that this way uh, they deer's body, because now deer is died, this way crow was acting. When the hunter saw this, he became excited. He thought, today I shall have both a tortoise and deer. I would eat both tortoise and deer. It's my today feast. This is my feast. So he is so happy, and he placed the tortoise on the ground and ran toward the deer. So he just put the tortoise aside and ran towards the deer. The moment he came close, the deer sprang up and ran into the forest. The crow flew away. Meanwhile, Hiranyaka quickly cut the rope around the tortoise, and Mandarka slowly crawled into the lake. When the hunter returned, both the deer and the tortoise had escaped. He stood there speechless. Finally, he sighed and said, "Greed has made me lose everything." Very big message. Greed has made me lose everything. The four friends met again under the banyan tree. They thanked one another and realized that true friendship and teamwork can overcome even the greatest dangers. Right? True friendship and teamwork can overcome even the greatest dangers. United we stand, divided we fall. Or we can say that message is, greed has made me lose everything. So sometimes we achieve so many things, but still we are greedy. There are lots of examples around us. Right now you can see that's a Ram temple, that probe is going on right now, right? Mandir ka chadhawa. So many things, so donation, right? So many issues where I remember one professor. He was professor in government college, and he was earning like anything. His salary was very handsome, but still he was in one scandal, and life is totally finished, and now he is behind the bar. So many cases we have. So greed has made us lose everything. So whatever we have, we should respect it, and we should be honest for each and everything. Then only we can live a peaceful life. Another message is, friendship, united we stand, divided we fall. So we should always be united, right? This is the message of this story, short story. So I think you remember something, right? So please repeat this story. You can read, right? You can listen it again and note down all the characters and all, and this way you will prepare for the exam. Important thing is not a story only, you have to remember a story, then you should give critical comments. So when I make video on question answer, then I am going to tell you, going to tell critical comments and all, where I how to write question answer, how to attempt questions, and this way I am going to discuss in that particular video. So here I am winding up. Thank you so much. God bless you. And please give your feedbacks, suggestions, which are always most very important for me, and your suggestions are most welcome. So you can write your comments on comment box. Otherwise, you can write uh, to on this number to this number 9425349521. This is my WhatsApp number. So leave your message, and sooner or later I definitely would like to reply you. So all the best. God bless you. Thank you.